Good morning, children. Today we are going to start the part 5 of lesson 2, work of water. In the previous video, we have discussed regarding the denudation process. In that, weathering, erosion, transportation, and deposition we have discussed it. And with these, how the landforms will be formed. And now in this video, we are going to discuss regarding the landforms which are formed because of the work of water. Let us start the video. The work of the river begins from its very source in the high mountains. We know that the starting of the rivers will be there in the mountains only. In India, if we take, many of the rivers have originated in Western Ghats and some of the rivers in Himalayan regions. The rivers which are originated in Himalayan region are called as Himalayan rivers or the perennial rivers. And in the southern part of India, most of the rivers have originated in Western Ghats, and those rivers are called as peninsular rivers. So with this we come to know that all the rivers will be originated in the mountainous regions only, and from there it starts its course, and it have a movement of lot of kilometers, and the catchment area will be of lot of kilometers, and then all the rivers will be joining into the seas and oceans. The flow of a river is very swift as it descends the steep slopes, and it exerts a great force in cutting the mountain. In the time of the moving of the water in the river, it takes lot of sediments, detroit material, rocks, all the things which are there in the underneath the soil also along with the water. When it is moving, it takes all these things. When it is going into the mountainous regions, because of the dust particles which are there in the water, will make the mountain to erode some part. It is not a sudden process. It is a very slow process. It takes some hundreds of years, not more, only 100. It takes more than hundreds of years also to complete this process, because of the sediments which are there in the water will make the mountain to cut and to change its present position also. So it creates different types of landforms. In this picture, you can see the V-shaped valley. In the picture, you can see that the landform is in the shape of it is in V, and so we call it as a V-shaped valley. What is a valley? A valley is nothing but narrow at the bottom and wider at the top. Any of a landform which is narrow at the bottom and wider at the top is called as V-shaped valley. The water from the river exerts a great force and cuts the mountain vertically. So, all the mountains which are there, if the water is moving towards the mountains, it makes the mountain to cut vertically. And so, the V-shaped valleys will be formed. As a result, a deep valley develops, narrow at the bottom and wide at the top. This is usually called as V-shaped valleys. So, in this way, the V-shaped valleys will be formed. The next one is gorges. What are these gorges? These are resembles the shape of a valley itself. But what is a V-shaped valley? It will be narrow at the bottom and wider at the top. But for the gorges, it is not like that. Totally, it will have a very steep slopes and too deeper. It won't look like complete like a valley only. In some cases where the rocks are very hard, the river cuts a very narrow valley. The sides are so steep that gorges are formed. You can see in the picture the steeps of this water body is very slope. The rocky surface is very slope. If there are any hard rocks where the water can't cut the mountain into the form of a valley, then such a type of gorges will be formed. So there is example of gorges. Bison Gorge in Andhra Pradesh, which is on Godavari River, and Indus Gorge. It is in Kashmir region. These are the examples of gorges. And the next one is canyons. What are these canyons? We have presently discussed regarding the gorges. In the same way, these gorges will make a turn and completely divides one part of the rock from the mountain. Then these are called as canyons. Another important erosion form is canyon. A canyon is characterized by steep like side slopes and may be as deep as a gorge. It will be like as deep as a gorge only, but completely the rock will be divided from the mountain. The canyon is wider at its top than at the bottom. It will be too wider in the top, but it won't have that much of wider in the bottom part. And in this picture, you can see this, the Grand Canyon of Colorado. Did you observe this picture, children? You may see this in many of movies also. In Telugu movies itself, we can see this in many songs and all. So this is the Grand Canyon of Colorado. It is on river Colorado. So it is called as Grand Canyon of Colorado. Next one is plunge pool. What is this plunge pool? You people have known about a lot of. So when the waterfall is there, when the water is falling from the top high mountains, because of the rapid force, it makes some sort of pool like structure underneath it. So when it is, the water is falling down, you can see in the picture, when the water falls down completely, the rock which is there, because of the rapid force of the water and the continuous fall of water, the pool like structure will be formed there, and this is the part where the water will be stored, and this is called as plunge pool. The waterfalls are most numerous in the mountain areas where changes of slope are more abrupt. The water falls with great force and dig out the rock beneath to form a plunge pool. And I want to give some sort of other information regarding the waterfalls. Highest waterfall in the world is Angel Falls, and the height is 979 meters, which is on river Churan in Venezuela. And the second highest waterfall in the world is Tugela Falls, and it is, the height is 947 meters. It is on river Tugela, and it is in South Africa. And the highest waterfall in India is Jog Falls. It is also be called as Jarasopa, and the height is 253 meters, and it is on river Sharavati in Karnataka. So these are the different types of waterfalls in India and even in the world. First and second highest waterfalls in world. And next, this is flood plain. What is this flood plain? We people have known about regarding the floods. So when the flood occurs, what will happen? Lot of water will be come into the river, and the course of the river may changes. When the flood water is coming, automatically it brings all the sediments and all the materials with it. And after slowly, when the flood stops, when the flood is decreasing, it deposits all the sediments to the either side of the river body, and the floodplain will be formed. And this is very favorable for agriculture purpose also. You can see in the picture, in the first one, that is, the water did not have any flood. So all the silt and clay, sand and everything has settled there, and afterwards when you see, the flood is there, it brings all the material and it deposits near to the other part of the water body. When the river is in flood, it has great force and cuts the soil, and when it is not in flood, it deposits the silt there. A layer of sediment is thus deposited during each flood, gradually building up a fertile flood plain. So this is also not formed once in a once movement. It takes a lot of time, one after the other. If the flood is there, then the sediments will be deposited there, and the floodplain will be appeared there completely. It will be formed there, and it is very favorable for agriculture. And the next one, meanders. Floodplain is there. In the floodplain, all the sediments will be deposited there, and the water will be moving normally. When the water is moving, it takes like a different shape, like a snake. So when the floodplain, the river often forms meanders. Meanders is nothing but the gentle turn-like structure like a snake. When the water body, that is the river, when it is moving and takes the gentle structure like snake, then it is called as a meanders. In the picture, you can see that. Next one is Oxbow Lake. We have discussed regarding the meanders, the snake-like gentle turns. So in these gentle turns, if any of the part from the turns is come out, the loop which is there, loop means like a bend. From there, one of the water part will be divided from the meander, and it forms into a other water body. You can see in the picture, from the meander, one other pool-like structure is completely dividing. Because of the deposition of sediments by the river water there, it makes the water body, some part of water body to be separated from the meander, and that is only called as Oxbow Lake. Due to the deposition along the sides of the meander, the ends of the meander's loop comes closer and closer. In due course of time, the meander loops cut off from the river and forms a cut-off lake, which is called as Oxbow Lake. So, it is completely separated from the meander and form into separate lake. That is only called as Oxbow Lake. So, I hope that everyone understand this work of water. So, what we have discussed here, children, regarding the V-shaped valley, canyons, gorges, plunge pool, floodplain, meanders, and Oxbow Lake. So, these are the main landforms which are formed because of the work of water. And now, here is your assignment. So, I have given some sort of objectives here. Complete these objectives and submit me through WhatsApp. Here I have given 8 objectives, children. And all the answers for these objectives is there in the video only. What I have explained and the matter which was given there. Depending upon that only, I have given all the objectives. So, complete these objectives and send me through WhatsApp. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. And we'll meet you in next video. Thank you.